Hiya, it's Wendy here again from Toonpish Crafts, and I hope you're doing okay. Today I'm going to be showing you 5 different techniques or 5 different ways to highlight raised edges on moulds. Now these coaster moulds I bought from Amazon. If you can see that they have the lines that are raised in them, so that when you turn them out they have an indentation of a line. Now I have seen a couple of people do different things with these. I bought these moulds because although they have the standard shapes, they also have some not so standard shapes, and that's one you don't see very often, and this one I've never seen before. And they're available on Amazon and they're really easy to get hold of, so I thought I'd try those. And as there's 5, I'm going to do 5 different ways. So let's see how I go with this one. Okay, to start with I'm going to be using the gold leaf pen, which is the Krylon leafing pen. And I'm going to highlight the raised edges on this particular mould so that when you turn it out, the gold leaf should be on the inside of the recesses so that you can see inside the gap. So as usual, I've speeded a lot of this up. Obviously there's 5 different ways of doing this and I don't want you to sit through the whole lot, so I have speeded a lot of it up just for ease of watching. So with the second one, I'm going to be using the Let's Resin Chameleon Pigments Green, and I figured that autumn colours should really be all kind of reds, yellows, oranges, greens, browns. It's kind of an autumn thing, isn't it? You want all different colours of the rainbow really, apart from blue. So this one's going to be a red-green tint, and what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to completely dust the whole thing in the powder. And then I'm going to wipe off the raised edges so that the back colour, whichever colour I choose, will show through the gap. So I'm just using a little bit of alcohol on the cotton bulb, which takes off the mica powder really easily. So when you're using chameleon or colour changing pigments, black in behind it really works best. So I'm thinking the black is going to go in this one. So now on to the third one. I'm going to be using yellow and emerald green and a tangerine colour. The yellow and the emerald green are Pearl-Ex pigments and they are easy to get a hold of. The tangerine I got from eBay a long time ago, so I couldn't tell you where that was from, I'm afraid. So with this one I'm going to dust the spine of the leaf with the green, and then I'm going to come in with the yellow close to the green and then the orange on the outside. So my thinking was that the leaves turn orange or red at the edges first and then stay green in the middle, and that's the last bit that turns. That's the way I think it works. So I decided to have one leaf that was changing colour in front of your eyes. So on to the fourth one. Now this one I want to do different colours, each leaf a different colour, maybe the bottom 2 green, and I think that's actually what I do, the bottom 2 green, then yellow, orange and red as the leaf is changing. So I'm just coming in with the mica powder and completely covering each entire leaf separately. When I get to the greens, both greens will be the same, and the stem I'm going to do copper. So the red I'm using is the Pearl-Ex Magenta. It's a really vibrant colour actually. It's not exactly red, but it's good enough. And as you can see, I had nothing to put the copper in, so I put it on the worktop. So with the last one, I'm using Chameleon Pigment from Solar Colour Dust, which is red, orange, yellow, green. And And I think that's just the perfect combination from anything in autumn, isn't it? It's just everything there right in one tub. So I always decant the packets and put them into tubs. It just makes it a lot easier. And with this one, I'm just going to go over the entire thing again. Very simple way of doing it, but I will be doing the front differently. So now it's time to pour the resin, and I'm going to be using black and white and both. If you haven't seen my video that explains why a black or a white background for mica powder dusting is preferential, then check it out. I'll put a link in the description and I'll also put it up on the screen here. Have a look and see why black or white is preferential for pouring in the back of something that you've dusted. So a quick squirt of isopropyl alcohol just to get rid of all the surface bubbles and leave it to cure for 24 hours. Hey presto, 24 hours later. You haven't had to wait 24 hours, only me. Yeah, now time to demould. So I do go on to clean the pieces up around the edges with a little bit of overspill that I had, and I wouldn't bore you with that. I just thought I'd let you know that that's what happened. And now it's time to do the lines on those that need the lines. So this is a metallic colour pen and it's blue. I think I had a few of these at one time, but I actually don't think I've got any anymore, just the blue for some reason. So yeah, using a blue metallic pen, and this is just going to be coloured inside all the recesses. So with this one I'm going to be using acrylic paint. This is just black acrylic paint out of a tube, and I'm going to paint it on all over, just making sure all that area that I want to paint is covered. Doesn't matter if I get it on the outside because it will rub off really easily. So to start with, I did actually wipe it off, because you can do that if the recesses are deep enough, but it was taking some of the paint out, so I decided to go back over with the black paint and then wait for it to dry before I wiped it off. And 20 minutes later, once it's dried, I just went over with a lolly stick and scraped off all the paint on the outside and then wiped it over with cloth, and it came off really easily. So we have the mica powder technique, where you just dust the mica powder on the mould. Now it is really hard to blend colours with mica powder. It's not as easy as paint. You can't really blend them very easily, but I do like the way this has come out and I love the design of this mould. You have painting on afterwards with a bright colour. Now I didn't have many bright colours. I only had a blue. I don't even have a black, you know. I really should get some decent colours. But I love the fact that this is all different colours for fall, and it's just beautiful. I mean, what an autumn coaster is that? It's gorgeous. It's not the normal shape for a coaster, is it? These two were the solar colour dust and the Let's Resin a chameleon powders. And they both worked really well. One was left blank for you to pour the black in behind it, so you get the black lines, and the other was painted black, and they actually look very similar, and I like the effects of both of those. Again, very nice autumn colours, and this one is my favourite, I'm afraid. The gold leaf with white behind it. I think that is just stunning. In my opinion, it's just my opinion, mind you. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you've got any questions or comments or ideas, put them in the comment section below. I'll always get back to comments. Thumbs up is always appreciated. And if you haven't subscribed already, please consider doing so. It does help my channel out. I'll put some stills up at the end. I'll come back and see you again next week with something hopefully wacky and weird and wonderful. And have a great week. Bye for now.